Hello, thank you for joining me for today's workout. We will be doing mat, abs, and legs, and we will be finishing out this workout with a really nice stretch for your low back and any sciatica tension that you may have built up in the body through the week or through this workout. You don't need any equipment. It is optional if you have a dumbbell that you would like to place on your hips to increase a little bit of the strength and resistance for some of our leg exercises. It's an option. Otherwise, you will need your mat unless you are on a soft surface such as carpet or grass like myself. Get set up, make sure that you click subscribe before you head out today, show the channel some support, and make sure that these workouts are easy for you to find in the future. And we're gonna get started right now. All set up and ready to get right on into this warm-up. We're gonna go ahead and extend the right leg out, and the left leg is just gonna come in towards the body for support. You don't need to tighten it up really close, and the right hand will come out to the side. We're gonna lift this left arm on a good inhale, and exhale, just open the side body. Inhale to the center, exhale, reach to the front. Very good. Inhale up, exhale to the right, inhale to the center, exhale forward. One more time there. Inhale up, exhale to the right, stretching and opening these legs, and exhale, reach it to the center. Draw that right leg on and meet it towards the center, and you can scoot them away from the body. Now kind of a butterfly pose here. Don't push on the knees. Just lengthen the body up nice and tall. You'll feel a little stretch there through the whole sitting area. And just kind of let the shoulders sway side to side, gently connecting each elbow down to the thigh without pressing. We'll take a couple of those there, just gently warming up through the low back. A lot of our moves today are ab and leg exercises. Will really require a lot of core strength to stabilize yourself. So it's more about developing strength through functional movements and really staying out of that low back area. So we will be requiring those abs to work and keeping that low back in a nice stable position as we work. So hopefully we're not irritating that guy as we go. Go ahead, take the left leg out, tuck the right leg in. Left fingertips will come to the side, and same thing here. We'll inhale, reach it on up. Exhale, slight lean to the left. Inhale, and then exhale, reach it forward. Don't force yourself any further or faster than feels comfortable. Exhale, inhale, exhale, take it forward. Inhale, back up one more time. Exhale here to the left. Inhale, draw it up, and exhale, reach it forward. This time, send both of those legs out here to the front. Curl those toes up. You can have a soft bend in the knees if the hamstrings are really tight, totally fine. Good deep breath in, draw up tall through the spine, and just exhale, reach forward towards the toes. Whether you touch them or not is not the point. It's if you feel a stretch and lengthening through the hamstrings, that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for a certain distance. So if you need to modify here, soft bend in the knees, or go ahead and just hang on to the shins or even underneath the thighs. Take a good deep breath in here, and then we're gonna kind of start some spinal waves. So just a nice wave through the body there. Very good. And then wherever we can reach to, we'll take those hands out to the sides. Inhale, kind of lift through the tailbone, take the chest up, and then exhale, arch the spine back, pulling the stomach muscles in. Inhale, exhale, Very good. Inhale here and exhale. Very good. Step those feet on in. We're going to keep those knees about hips distance apart, and we're going to sit on up here, growing length through the spine. Reach those hands forward and exhale, sit it back. We're going to sit it back as far as you can without feeling the tailbone roll forward. So you're kind of on the top of the booty area, keeping those abs tucked in. And from here, we're just gonna pulse it back up to seated. Exhale back. Each of our exercises today, we're gonna allow timing to get in 20 repetitions of each exercise. You can always take a break when you would like. You do not have to do all 20, but if you can, I definitely encourage you to challenge yourself. Keep those abs tight. Remember not to lean so far back that you feel those hips roll forward. Keep control through the core. If you are going for all 20, you are halfway there. Remember to pull that belly button into the spine. Nice and solid through those legs. You probably feel those hamstrings and quads working a little bit here. Getting nice and warm. We'll have a good amount of hip strength involved with today. You are just about there. If you are still working with me, if you've taken a break, jump back in because we only have 2 more here. Lean it back, up, and back. Beautiful job. Take it on up to the front. Extend those legs here to the top of your mat, or what would be your mat. And then we're gonna go ahead and lift the right leg just slightly off the floor 10 times. Definitely feeling work in this big quad muscle here. Soft bend in the knees if you need to. You can bend this other leg if that makes it a little bit easier. 3 more here. You'll feel the hip flexor and this quad muscle. Good, last one. 10 on the left. Makes for 20 total. These ones are tough. You don't have to do all 20 on each side, although if you can, go ahead and pause this and see if you can get those done. Try to maintain a tall spine here. I kind of busted myself leaning back. So see if you can avoid rolling back into the spine. We want to stay up tall. That will hinder us from being able to lift this foot nice and high. You don't have to lift it high to find this work. You can stay nice and low and there's plenty of work in there. 2 more on this side. And beautiful job. Take those legs back in, take those hips forward. We're gonna ease ourselves down here. Pick those hips up and tuck the pelvis all the way forward, really lengthening through that low back, and then set it down there. Now, we're gonna keep these hips rolled forward, so your feet are going to press into the floor. You're already active there. From there, I want you to draw these core muscles in and down towards the floor beneath you. Tighten up through the center there. Hands come to the sides, and we're gonna march each leg in. As one leg draws in, the other leg pushes into the floor. Lower and lift, keeping that hip roll here and keeping the core engagement. We're gonna do 20 of these all together. We're well on our way. Nice neutral neck, chin off of the chest. Don't rush through these. Give everything a chance to work here, especially those core muscles. halfway there on this one. Let's finish it out. You can take a break if you need to, or if you feel like you can maintain proper form and challenge yourself to get all 20, that is awesome too. Very good. You don't have to draw this knee in real high, just enough that you feel the core engage. You feel that other foot pressing into the floor to counterbalance you there. Very good. If you did take a little bit of a break, come back to it. We have one more set. We're going to take the right leg and then the left. We'll take that on down, and we're going to kind of scoot up to where we would normally take a glute bridge with those heels close. And then I would just encourage you to take them a little bit further away from the hips. Look for stacking through the joints here. So hips, knees, ankles, and toes all in a straight line. So nothing is wider than anything else. Go ahead, tighten through that core, nice long low back, pressing into the floor, kind of rounding the hips up. As you do that and maintain that there, you're gonna press through those legs. Again, keeping the chin off of the chest. We're gonna lift for 20 here. You do not have to come really high. I just encourage you to keep tucking the pelvis up and under. So you're really scooping forward, tightening through those abs, pressing through the heels. Awesome job here. Keep going. Take a break whenever you need it, or go for all 20. As you press through those heels and lift, really engage through those glute muscles. Feel the hamstrings working. Good. Remember to breathe. Remember to tighten your core. So many things to remember here. Halfway there. If you are working here with me, check your form real quick. Make sure that that back isn't leaving a lot of space. As you lower down, it should be pressing into the floor. Very good. Legs should be working. Make sure that those knees and ankles are not rolling into the center or out to the sides. We have 5 more. You've got this. Stay with it. Keep your good form. It should be slow enough so that you have time to pay attention to how this body is moving. Don't move really fast and lose focus on where everything is at throughout the pathway of this movement. Good. Hang on here. I feel it too. Lower it down. Beautiful job there. Gently walk those feet back in. Hug those knees into the chest. Just check in, make sure that that low back is still nice and happy. And then we're gonna draw these legs up overhead. Now, you can tuck these hands under the hips, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna create a roadblock so that they cannot roll forward, creating an arch through the low back. I like that because I don't want you to create an arch through the low back. I want you to keep your low back pressed flat into the floor, but I also want you to have the strength and stability to do that without your hands. So if you do use the hands in place, just to make sure that you're not becoming dependent on them, ideally what I would like for you here today is either straight legs or knees bent, lower to the ground without letting those hips roll forward. If you feel like you have to stuff the hands to prevent that, then what I would really encourage you to do is make the movement bent knees, and even from there, smaller. Just go as far as you can without rolling those hips forward. So I will show you from hardest to easiest. Flat, low back. Very good. We're moving here. So if you haven't started yet, I'm gonna start counting now, and you just pick Where feels the best for you in terms of this work? The hardest is going to be straight legs all the way down. Easier from there is going to be straight legs halfway down. Good, maintaining control, not letting that low back leave the floor. Bent legs all the way down is going to be the next modification down. And from there, bent legs halfway down. Very good. So wherever you would like to be, go ahead and work there slow and steady. Feel those core muscles engage. Keep those hips rolling forward so that low back is flush with the ground. We are almost there. You can take a modification at any time. You can switch this up. You can do a little bit of each, but as you get tired, really pay attention to this form. Don't sacrifice the form just so that you can say you had this big movement. We want to build up this strength. Good, let's take one more set here wherever you feel best and wherever you feel you can do the best. Last one, and hug those knees in again. You can take a little side to side wiggle there if that feels good. Check in with your low back. We're going to be doing quite a few little check-ins today. Ankle circles if needed. Go ahead, set those legs back down. And again, walk them in where we would take a normal glute bridge and then step the right foot a little bit further out. We're gonna take 10 here in this position. Again, low back is not lifting off the floor. If you can reach through, pull it down by rolling those hips forward, pressing the belly button down into the ground. 10 glute bridges here, knees come straight up to the ceiling. Ankles are not rolling in or out. Good, you'll feel the legs working with different muscle groups here. You'll feel a little bit of extra work through that left leg. Not to fear, the right leg will get its turn. Make sure that you have space. Neck is on the floor flat. Again, with that low back when it releases. We have 3 more here. And the last one. Beautiful job there. Leave this left leg bent, pick up the right leg and flex those toes down towards you. You can still have a bend in that knee if the hamstrings are a little tight. And we're gonna kind of imagine that the bottom of our shoe is gonna paint a circle, a small circle on the ceiling. As you do this, we're gonna use those core muscles so that the hips do not roll side to side. We're gonna count 20 little circles here. So count every time the foot comes forward. It's harder than you think it would be. Don't underestimate this one. Halfway there. If you need a little bit of a break, you can take one and come back to it. Stabilize through those hips. Don't let them start getting away from you. We have 5 more. Come back to it if you took a little break. 3, 2, and 1. Return that leg on down to our glute bridge stance. And then set the left foot out just a little bit of a staggered position there. Again, roll that low back into the floor. 10 lifts here, keeping space in between the chin and the chest as we lift. Paying attention to what those knees and ankles are doing, keeping those abs tight and working through those legs. Just about 100 things to remember here. I know it's a lot, but you have time. You have time to slow this down and pay attention to all of those things and really make this exercise as beneficial to you as possible. We're halfway there. Good. Make sure that you're landing, feeling the whole back connect with the floor. 3 more here. And last one. Lower that on down and go ahead, take the right leg up. If the hamstring feels really tight here, that's okay. You can keep a soft bend in the knee, but try to flex those toes down towards you so that the whole sole of the foot, again, draws that little circle on the ceiling. Count every time the toes come forward and focus on these hips. You're not rolling side to side, shifting through the core. Even if you feel it a little bit, tighten up those abs. This is a leg and an ab exercise. You're doing both at once. 2 for 1 here. Very good. Remember to breathe. Try not to tense up through the upper body. Halfway there if you'd like to take a little bit of a break. Five more. Come back to it if you took a little pause. Two more. And last one. Awesome. Take that on down and just go ahead and let those legs fall side to side again. Hug those abs in, just a little bit of a stretch there for the hip flexors and the quads. You're doing awesome here. We have a few more exercises, but we are getting through these. Check in with your low back. And like I said at the beginning of the video, we have some really awesome stretches to end today with. Tuck those hips forward. Press the low back into your mat or the floor. Lift those knees. We're going to kick one leg out, pull it back in. Opposite side, kick and pull. Feeling that low back pressing into the floor, so we're not gonna let it roll forward as the weight of the leg extends off of us. Modification here, just take it halfway and pull it back in. If you get all the way out and you feel those hips roll up and that low back leave the floor, just extend halfway. I'm gonna start counting now, so go with me here. You can leave those legs a little bit higher if that makes it a little bit easier for you. Play with your space and your distance to see what works best for you. Tighten up the core. You're going to feel the tops of the legs working here as well. Very good. We are a little bit more than halfway there. Maintain that core control, especially as you get tired here. It gets tough, but you've got this. I know that you are tough too. Very good. Nice little pause there. We have 2 more sets. Don't give up. 3 more. This is our last set. Let's go ahead and take the right leg, pull it in, and then the left leg, pull that in. Beautiful job. Set that down. Take a quick little breather here. And then we're gonna go ahead, kick the right knee up, and we're gonna bend it until it's parallel to the floor and back up. So more work for the tops of the thighs. So you're gonna feel this quad area. Let's go ahead there. 10 of those. Good. You can keep the toes flexed up. Don't lock out that knee and create a lot of pressure in the kneecap. And 10, very good. Let's go ahead, go over to the left side, same thing here. Kick it on up, stop parallel to the floor, and bring it back up. You do not need to hyperextend through that knee joint, so don't push that knee really far back into the wall away from you or towards the front of your mat. Just a nice, soft bend in the knee when you end. Contract through this muscle, this quad muscle here, and then release and repeat. We're halfway there on this side. Very good. 2 more here. Stay nice and steady, nice. Hand controlled, last one. Set that one on down. You can give it a little bit of a wiggle, whatever feels good in the body. Make sure, again, for the 1000th time, that your low back is pressed into the mat or your floor. And we're gonna draw those knees back up. We're also gonna reach those fingertips up towards the ceiling, but we're not gonna let the shoulders leave the mat. So we're not gonna come up into a crunching position. We're gonna stay here. We're just getting those arms extended up, creating a little bit of work and stability for the shoulder muscles here. You're gonna take the left leg out, kick the right leg, bring it back in. Same thing on the other side. We talked about it earlier. If you need to tuck those hands for a little bit of hip stabilization, you can do that, but try your best even to modify this movement and just make it really small to create stabilization through the core as you move here. So hopefully you are moving with me. These ones are tough, but I know you've got it. You're gonna feel those legs working. Definitely gonna feel those core muscles working. We are almost there. Even if you started late, you've probably already had enough. Hang in here. Nice. And patient with yourself. Low back does not leave your mat. It does not leave the floor. So if you need to make this move smaller, or if you really need to tuck those hands, go ahead and do that. And then over time, focus on building up that strength to where you no longer need those hands. It's okay to start there. Just don't let yourself get stuck there. Eventually make progress beyond that. Nice strong core. You need that for low back support. Almost there. Last one. Beautiful job. Bring it on in. One more exercise here in this position, and then we'll roll to the sides and we'll be on to our stretches. This one is for the inner thigh, so we're gonna draw those legs up ahead. The insoles of the feet will stay together. You're just gonna open the knees out kind of towards the rib cage, send it back up. And open and close. You'll feel those inner thighs working here. We have 20. We're already on number 4. Good. You're gonna feel your core working a little bit here. It should be tired from our exercises. It's supporting you as you work through these legs. We're halfway there. If you need to take a break, that is okay. You can come back to it. Very good. Hang in here. We have 5 more. So if you did decide you wanted a little bit of break, see if you can come back to it. Finish out here with these last 4, 3, 2, and Last one, beautiful job. Take it on up. Lower those down nice and easy, and we will roll off to the left side. That is gonna go ahead and put your right leg on top. Send those knees back behind you. And we're gonna open this top leg up, keeping the feet together. You should kind of feel the outside of the thigh and this glute working. These are not incredibly difficult, and they are very good for you. So we're gonna take 20 of these here. Make sure that you don't open so high that you roll to the back. Body and hips stay forward, just the knee lifts. Squeaky shoes today. Just about halfway there. Keep going here with me. Good, make sure that you're staying nice and relaxed through the spine. Very good, we have 4 more here. Give it a little pause at the top. Two, and last one. Beautiful job there. Go ahead and take this right leg to the front and send that left leg long underneath you, and we're gonna lift that one off the floor. These are a little bit tougher, so we will only do 10 of them. If you really don't like this one, modification here, take the top leg, but we're already halfway there here with this left leg. Nine and 10. Awesome job. You can roll on over to the other side or just completely switch it on over. So we want the move the microphone out of the way. We want the left leg on top this time. Go ahead, leave those feet together as you open this leg 20 times here. Make sure that you're not rolling those hips open. Relaxed through the spine and the body. Very good. Halfway there. Little pause at the top. Keep hugging those abs in here. Last two. And last one, and then go ahead, leave that left leg over here to the top. Support yourself with the arms if needed, and send the right leg straight and lift 10 times here. Modification to lift the top leg instead. Nine and 10. Awesome job. Go ahead and roll those hips back over to the center, and we will draw those knees on in. So you're going to give them a slight pull to the chest, as well as a little bit of weight down to the stomach, kind of stretching through this glute area here. You can gently roll it side to side if that feels good. You can also just stay here in this middle position. Lower that on down, leave the right leg here and cross this left leg over if possible. Now you're gonna send the left hand kind of through that diamond shape there in the center. Grab this right leg. It's a great place for a yoga strap if you have one. We're just gonna gently guide these legs on in and hold it there. Try not to let, especially this left side, tighten up on you. Try not to let that knee fly in. Encourage it to relax. Good, you can do that by taking nice, smooth breathing patterns here. I like to remind everyone that if your brain panics, your body will follow, your body will panic too. So just relax your thoughts, relax your breath, and then hopefully these muscles will follow suit and relax with you. Send that right leg back down, uncross this left leg, and then let's go ahead and just gently shift those knees to the right side. Do not force anything here, just kind of let them land where they feel good. Body can turn slightly away from them to the left, or you can just stay here through the center too, feeling a stretch on the outer hip of the left, maybe a little bit of inner thigh on the right. Roll them back to the center, and then this time take the right leg over the top of the left. Yoga strap or towel to fill in space if you need it. Guide those in. And then same thing here. Relax the body, relax the thoughts, and relax your breathing. Sometimes when we find an area of tension, that is easier said than done. But fighting the body very rarely will get you anywhere helpful. So do your best here. Just kind of work with your body. See what it needs. Good. Relax that on down nice and easy. Uncross this right leg. And then send those hips there over to the left side. Make sure that you are hugging those abs in. Nice stretch here. It could be totally different. I definitely have more hip mobility on this side than I did on the other, and that's very normal. It's also something to be very aware of. I know that I need to do more stretching to increase my mobility on the other side, but we have time. We will even those out. Very good. Draw it back to the center and just give them a nice swish side to side. Let those feet widen out just a little bit, and then bring it back to the center. If you have a yoga mat, your feet are about to the edges. If you don't have a yoga mat, just imagine where those edges would be. Let those knees fall to the center. Pick up that low back and really lengthen. And take some nice breaths here to stretch through that whole area. And then roll it off to the side and bring